All right, so we'll crack on, seeing as we're doing this over three different time zones, which is interesting as well. Um, Tour, five shows across. I'm going to say East Coast of Australia. I'm going to class Adelaide as East Coast.
Yeah,
On the
you
back of the
can.
new album, uh, where all of Worth comes to wither. You really like long song title names, don't you? Like really long-winded. Whose idea is that?
Tim is the person behind that. He's a bit of
He's
a
the poet.
poet when it
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
when it comes to um putting all that down, he usually comes with a preempted idea as to what the lyrics are and what the thematics of the songs are. So yeah, he spends a lot of time kind of preempting that. And then when it does kind of come to crunch time, it's just the artistry of making what he's got work towards different songs. So Chris will write what he writes, and then that'll kind of merge in with us in the jam space. It'll become something, and then Tim will kind of come in throughout that, just be like, well, this lyric structure fits that riff structure a bit better, or this, that, and the other, right?
I
Yeah, he's
mean,
very
just
much a
talking there about. Oh, sorry, you go, Chris.
no, you're right. He's very much a poet, and a lot of it comes from you know, life experiences and personal things, and conveying that in a poetic way. And that's why, we do get these song titles that are longer, because they're kind of he's trying to evoke a very specific type of feeling, which
Mhm.
definitely comes out of the tracks.
I think he does a really good job of it too, because I think especially with album one, there's like obviously with the exception of Malignant or a self-titled track, but yeah, there's a theme that he kind of goes through for the whole album. I don't know if many of the listeners out there have actually thought about the lyrical content, but it does tell a story, and the story is very morose. It's very macabre, and it ends in a very depressing way.
That's the first album. What about the second album?
Uh, yeah, I'll let Chris take that one.
But it's very much the same kind of stuff. I mean, I can't really speak too much about the actual personal influences of the lyrics from Tim, but it's definitely kind of a journey through, the human experience and the darker side of human experience more than anything else. These aren't kind of, yeah, I mean, in a lyrical way, they might be abstract, but actually, they're grounded in lived experiences, and they're meant to be this kind of journey through dark human experience more than anything else. Yeah.
I'll back that up because there's uh, a lot of moments that we all kind of gravitated towards personally, especially. We've each got our own moments within particular songs within the second album, but I know there's one for me that ties very strongly towards the death of my grandmother, um, in the time that we were making it all happen. And it's very emotive. It's very evocative when it comes to playing that song. Um, and I love playing it. I love feeling those emotions. Right, like it's a part of the process. It's a part of getting rid of that. But yeah, there's a lot of woe in this album.
The talking about playing the tracks because obviously we're going to be because this is a tour. I remember you might know where this is going. I remember years ago I saw Typo Negative play a festival and he had half an hour on stage, which meant he could only play three songs. You just released an album that's got five tracks on it. So when you go out on stage, like, are we only going to get five songs? Are we going to get four songs? Because your songs are really long, like 13 minutes on the last album.
Yeah, we
Usually,
usually do 4 song sets. This one will be a little bit special, and we'll do 5.
yeah,
But
we're
it's a
doing
bit
we're
longer than
doing the
normal.
we're doing the whole album for this performance,
Yeah.
minus the introduction track, which is a good track, but also you can't kind of just tack on a 4 minute track for the shit of it.
Okay.
So yeah, we tagged that out, and we're playing an old banger instead.
Nice. Nice. So I mean, for people who oh shit, sorry. For people who haven't seen you guys before, I actually didn't realize. I actually saw you guys last year at Necrosonic. But
Oh, nice.
for yeah, thanks. Are we going again this year? Besides the point, back to you.
You'll be
Well, back to you.
come to the small stage. You'll see me play twice. I'm playing in Bruxa and Deverian.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. The so for people who haven't seen you, like in Hobart or Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney, um, how would you describe your show?
It's expect sadness, expect darkness, and also those kind of crushing death metal moments. We very much lean into the like it's not going to be a fun time, but in a way that will make it a very special time. Um,
Mm,
we well, I mean, one of the biggest things that is quite unique about us as well is we have a gong on stage, which is very evocative. Again, it's used a lot by Tim during our tracks, but we also have very theatrical moments and very sad moments as well. And again, it's meant to kind of bring the music a bit more to life and connect with the audience. Um, but yeah, expect that.
No, we definitely try to uh, take the emotions of the music quite seriously in the stage presence. It's like one of those things, right? Like it's a performance, and you want people to gel into that performance.
mm,
You don't want to distract them from what you're trying to put forward to them. You don't want to reduce the efficacy of what's being put forward to them. So, everyone in the band is very very lovely. um, but yeah, when you're up there, you're there to do a job, and you want to do that job well. And doing that job well means not doing all the jumping about, smiling, talking shit with the crowd. Like you want to create this ethos, and you want to break that. You want the people to be immersed in what you're trying to put forward, and it takes a bit of effort because I'm a very smiley guy, but also, yeah, like it's a part of what you want to put forward. It's what the music that we've created is about, right? Like you want people to get the gestalt of what you're trying to put forward. You don't want to ruin that for them by just being silly.
All that being said, we have blast beats and we have a lot of death metal moments, and we have a lot of headbanging as well. So, we are still a death metal band and we still love, you know, dumb death metal riffs. So they're in there.
I was
Repping the
one of the
Alters
things I
shirt as well. I love silly death metal. Well, this isn't silly death metal, but I do love death metal.
one of the things I like with shows is I do like to get lost in the music when I'm watching it. Like if I don't have to
Mm.
review, I like to just get taken away into another world with the music there in as the soundtrack that takes me there. Is that kind of the sort of ethos that you guys are talking about? Is that kind of we're going to tell you a story through the music, through the lyrics, but you go on that ride yourself as a fan?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's a journey, right? And if we don't want to rob people of that journey when we're doing the performance.
Yeah, our tracks really,
Chris,
yeah, our tracks really go through kind of movements. We have these kind of very sad moments, which will pick up into more triumphant sections. I remember someone in an interview previously were saying that our music somehow pulls you down into almost abyssal sadness, but then you feel coming triumphant out the end. And we definitely have these moments of these journeys. And we try to create this atmosphere and tell this story the whole time. And that's why, we have songs that go for 13 minutes because it's a real journey from start to end. Yeah.
Languishing
Nice.
is especially is a very special journey.
It's
It's
the 13 minute.
sad. It's yeah. It's hate filled. It's sad. It's off kilter, and it resolves in a way that is yeah. It I don't know. I really like playing it, and that one in particular for me is special because, like I said before, that's the song that we were jamming when the death of a family member occurred, and then we kind of got to that realization for the outro of that song uh, in that moment, and yeah, it's really nice. Well, nice is a weird way of saying it, but like it's very humbling to be able to be a part of a musical project where you can have that outlet musically for something that is that harrowing, um, and then share that with other people.
Would be cathartic for you.
Yeah, exactly.
The so the first three shows are with Carcinoid, and then you got a different band on for the last two. Um, so what can you say about those guys as well? Because obviously they're along for the tour, and what's your friendship with them like?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
Carcinoid,
you go first, man.
yeah, of course, yeah, Carcinoid, a brilliant band, awesome band. We, as Malignant Aura, have been a huge fan of Carcinoid for a long time. We feel like our two styles come together really well where we have these really dumb death doom moments, these kind of really heavy death metal parts, and also they're just fantastic people. We get along with them really well. We've played many shows with them now, probably more shows than anyone else that Malignant Aura has played with has been Carcinoid. So there's gone
100%.
really well. Yeah, when we
Yeah.
did our first album launch, we also played many shows with them as well. So it's really cool to actually come along again on the second album launch with those guys. I think it might be literally their last Adelaide show was our album launch as well. So it's really cool to do the same lineup again, or same lineup. And then the Sydney and Brisbane shows, we have Mammon's Throne along for the gigs. Those guys have just released an album as well. It's fantastic. It's a lot more classic Doom, but it's absolutely brilliant. It's much more of those kind of peaceful style Dooms, which we have a lot of influences of, but again, those guys rule. Their fans seem to be our fans and vice versa, and so it's just it makes sense to play the shows with them.
Mm.
And yeah, I know I said it, but they're fantastic guys, and we love the album, we love the band, and we want to support them as well. So again, we brought them up to Brisbane for a mini festival that we run every year called Immeasurable Darkness. We brought those guys up. And they had a blast. They made a lot of Brisbane fans, so they were really keen to jump on that show as well, and same with Sydney. So really keen to have both Carcinoid and Mammoth's Throne along for the ride with this one. It'll be really great. Yeah.
Yeah, both of those bands are a part of the family, right? Like
Mm.
they've been with us for the long haul. We've done a lot of shows with each of those guys. We've had a lot of social interactions with each of these guys, even when we're not playing a show with them. And yeah, no, excellent people, really good to work with, and yeah, it's going to be real good to
The
just
the
have
the
these
Doom
repeated friend fests.
the Doom community in Australia is small, and then the Death Doom community is even smaller, So
Mm,
we're we're trying to really promote and kind of share the stage and limelight with some amazing acts. There's world-class acts in Australia, really. And if by us putting on a show or them putting on a show, we can just bring those even in a state, it's well worth it every single time, and it's awesome. And it's a big ethos that we have in Malignant for sure. Yeah.
I think that's a really good point as well, right? Like, there's so many bands that are so capable, and so under recognized in the international community. Like, Australia has been at the forefront of many things for many decades, and I feel like especially with things like Mournful Congregation with regards to Doom, like we've definitely kind of hit that nail on the head previously, and we have that capacity again, and those bands are there, but the gap for whatever reason for the pre-COVID years to where we're at now, yeah, those bands exist, and and they're strong and they are capable.
I felt for quite some time the two things that lets or not lets Australia down, hinders Australia is distance. Like it's even
Mm,
though America's a big country, as an example, you can still be 20 miles away from the next nearest city. Here's obviously everything's a fucking day trip. But the other thing I also find as well is we we've got such a vibrant musical. If we go just metal, it's really vibrant. But we have people
mm,
who won't cross the subgenres. They just stay locked in there, and that's something that I've been like. I try and break down an awful lot. Is there's so many other fucking great stuff, and if we can all sit there and support each other, then we all go a bit further.
mm.
That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents
I
worth.
think that's one thing that we kind of try to achieve in the mini festival that we do on each year, which we try and spread it out between like doom, death metal, and black metal. So
Mm.
yeah, we try and get a bit of a melting pot. We try and make it a bit more interesting for the punter, and yeah, it's done well. I think the people who have attended it enjoy it. I think historically it's grown, not exponentially, but like it's been successful, and the people who do attend absolutely love coming to that show. Um, and yeah, I think a part of that is the diversity of the music that we put onto that bill.
All right. So one last question, because I know Chris has got to go, and you kind of maybe just alluded a little bit to it. After these 5 shows, what's the plan for the rest of the year?
Rest this year. Look, at the moment we're focusing on these shows, and then we're going to do the launch and just see what other opportunities come up. I think the rest of this year might actually be a little bit quieter, and then we'll make some plans for next year, doing some stuff, behind the scenes, trying to work that out. Really trying to see where we can take it, to be honest. But yeah, at the
Mm.
moment we're really focusing on getting this album launched and playing these 5 shows and bringing it to the East Coast, really. Yeah.